Hi, today I want to take a minute to demonstrate the effect of stopping down on a lens and at the same time uh, showcase a little bit of the performance from the new Canon 70-200 f2.8L that I bought. It's the non-stabilized f2.8 version, so it's a little bit older. I looked up the serial number on mine and it came out around the year 2000, or at least it was produced around the year 2000, so went on 17 years old. To the point, on the right side here, I have the image shot at, and these exposures are compensated, so they're the exact same exposure. The right side shot at f5.6, ISO 400, and the left side shot at f2.8, ISO 100. So adjusting two stops here with the aperture and down two stops with ISO, and conversely on the other side. And even with going up to 400, ISO 400 over here, you still see it's sharper. You don't have this chromatic aberration happening. You think when you're setting exposure that you want to keep that ISO down as low as possible, right? And normally you would, but this time of day, this late afternoon, I didn't have a ton of light to deal with, so I couldn't use shutter speed in order to adjust how much light I was gathering. I pretty much kept it at 1/250th of a second because I was hand holding, and this lens doesn't have image stabilization, so I had to make the adjustment with ISO. Even so, this kind of demonstrates that you shouldn't necessarily always be in every situation afraid to adjust that ISO. In this case, it worked out. The image, now these images are zoomed in 1:1, so this is actually the image. You wouldn't see this unless you were cropping way in. Obviously that's situational and probably more common among wildlife photographers and whatnot. But it is a element of, this is something you need to have in the back of your mind, is it worth it? I'm compensating, or I'm sacrificing theoretically a little bit of image quality by increasing the ISO in order to get a sharper image. As counterintuitive as that sounds, by stopping down to f5.6, which is two stops lower than f2.8, which is this lens's max aperture.